We trust our teachers with a lot these days. We trust them to teach our children, to watch over them for like 8 hours a day, and to potentially act as a shield in dangerous situations. And I can't believe I have to say this, to not show up triple drunk on the first day of school. But someone didn't deliver the full memo to this Oklahoma teacher who has been making the rounds on the internet after body cam footage of her interrogation and subsequent arrest was made public. So let's break down the potential charges she could have caught versus what she actually did catch. Oh, and I'm America's attorney. Welcome to the channel. Have I asked you to subscribe? Wait, no. Should I ask you to subscribe? If I say nothing, would you subscribe now? Please do. I'm asking.
Just observing you in classroom, it looks like something's off a little bit. And so I've asked Officer Dean to come in here and visit with it. Have you taken anything that's, do you have a prescription for anything that maybe you have taken today that just seems like you're not the same person that I talked to this morning?
I did take some medication last night to help me with sleep because I have some anxiety stuff. I can't think of the name of it right now, but I could look it up when I get home.
So you haven't taken anything while you were at school?
No.
Okay, clearly the supervisor thinks that she's impaired, and his question to her is, have you taken any medication or is something impairing you? And so her answer was, I took some sleeping medication last night. Now, look at the timestamp up there. It's 3:34 in the afternoon. A sleeping medication the night before, that's not responsive if she actually is coming off as impaired. So let's keep an eye on that explanation and see if she stays with it.
Would you be willing to take a breathalyzer test?
If I needed to, yeah.
Okay, so this is something that's different about where you and I work compared to where teachers work. Teachers work for the government, and they often have police officers there, resource officers, and police officer typically carries a breathalyzer with him or her, and they're trained to administer it to you, and it might not be admissible for convicting you of, say, DUI if they don't give you like a full-on field sobriety test. But the reality is, if your employer tells you to take a breathalyzer and you won't do it, that's something they can fire you for. And lying about whether you've been drinking is something that they can fire you for. But like where I work, there is not a police officer standing by with a breathalyzer. So this is a little bit of a situation for drunk teachers if she's drunk.
But if you're willing to do it, that helps us.
Have you taken any sort of medication today?
I'm sorry, what?
Have you taken any medication today?
I did take some medication this morning for my anxiety.
Oh, okay. That's the second answer. She's changed her answer because it was sleeping medication last night, and now it's anxiety medication this morning.
I took it this morning.
While you were here?
Yeah, right before I came in, yes.
What?
Okay.
Huh?
Prescription because you changed your story a little bit. Now
Yeah,
you
you said
said
it
you
was
took.
last night.
Yeah.
Well, I took one last night and then I took one this morning because my anxiety was really like bad.
Well, that's understandable. But I just need you. So what time did you take it?
This morning?
Whenever you took it last. What time was that?
I'm not really for sure.
I mean,
Was that in your car? In your
this is
bathroom?
Well, I
bizarre.
had one. I took it I put it in my pocket and then I took it.
You put it in your pocket?
Yeah. Because I didn't want to bring the whole bottle in.
You do know that if it's a narcotic, you have to have it in a bottle, right? Or you can be charged.
That's actually true. If you have a prescription for something that is a narcotic, which of course not all medications are narcotics. In fact, look at this. There's an entire industry that's blown up around like little pill containers and reminders for old people, not necessarily old. If you have a narcotic, it's supposed to be in the bottle. It's supposed to be sealed. And especially like if you're on campus with a bunch of little kids, that's a situation.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's got to be in the prescription.
Well, but she hasn't said it's a narcotic. So
I care very much about you, okay? And I need to make sure you're okay. I need to make sure that you're safe, and I've got to make sure that the kids are safe. So we're just trying to help you and make sure everything's okay. Okay? 'Cause,
Does anyone believe that? I don't know. I think they care more about the kids.
early, it's just a lot.
Whoa! Are they having a tornado? Fire drill? Wait, does an alarm go off every time a teacher is drunk? What is happening? He's getting out the breathalyzer.
I am having a hard time with some depression stuff.
Did you drink something while you were here at school?
Not while I was at school.
Ooh. Oh, okay. That sounds like an equivocation. Did you drink something while you were here at school? Not while I was at school. Makes me think that maybe she chucked some beer cans out the window of her car on the way to work. And clearly, if she's got some depression or anxiety, I mean, look, the reality is a lot of people self-medicate with things like alcohol and other, illegal things. And so this is a real problem.
Are you gonna blow double zeros?
I don't know.
Oh, so this is a question that cops ask all the time before they have people use breathalyzers. Are you going to blow double zero? If you've been drinking, you know that you're not going to blow double zero. And oftentimes people just, they want to be more honest and say, no, there's going to be something in my system. But she's kind of put herself in a hole because she's saying regarding alcohol, haven't had anything since last night. Well, let's say it's been 18 hours. You know what? Let's say it's been 16 hours. Let's say she drank until midnight. If that's the case, then, all other things being equal, she should be able to get 12 or 16 drinks out of her system in the intervening time. So she should blow double zero. Let's see.
If you hadn't drank anything, you should blow zeros.
Oh, that's what I just said,
If
bro.
you drank something recently, it's going to show it.
Yeah.
We'll just find it. You should now. Makes me think that you are not going to.
Not his first rodeo.
I'm not going to do anything with you.
Well, I'm asking Mrs. Bowles.
Well, I'm just gonna be honest, Kimberly. I'm concerned about you. I have a responsibility to take care of the kids,
Yep.
Right.
and it's not gonna be my decision.
It's my decision. So let's see what happens.
I don't know how to do this.
You're just going to blow into it like you're blowing up a balloon as soon as I tell you to. All right, ready? Take a big deep breath. Blow, 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 blow. All right, stop. Good job.
What do we got? Oh!
How much you
0.248?
had to drink?
I drank last night.
There's no way you drank last night.
Well, I did drink last night.
Did you drink at school? Is what he's asking you. Tell us.
Oh.
I didn't drink at school.
So, look, I'm not like a blood alcohol expert or a breathalyzer expert, but I don't think you can get that number without 6 drinks going. Wait, no, I'm hearing from my producer, it takes more like 12. Wait, no, he was saying that's how many he'd had today. Wait, oh, he's just messing with me. We don't actually know how many drinks it is, but that's a lot. That's a lot of alcohol. The legal limit for driving is 0.08, so we're up above twice that. That's really drunk for teaching children.
You blew 2 times the legal limit.
Okay, math. He didn't do well in math. That's 3 times.
Drink that you have. What's in this drink?
That's a Diet Coke.
Is there anything liquor in it?
Nope.
Boy, she stared at it. Oh, look at that drunk face. Nope. Wow, that was a really drunk answer.
So if I go into the classroom, am I gonna find anything else?
Did you go to your vehicle and drink if we go out and search your car?
No.
Nope.
Where did you leave campus?
Not today.
Can I check your eyes?
Yeah.
Can I stand up?
Oh, we're going field sobriety right now.
I'm not going to go through the entire test, but stand with your feet by your side, hands down to your feet, side to side. Heel to heel, there you go. All right.
See how she does here. You guys have seen the drill before.
You understand?
Watch the pin. Don't move your head. Oh, rats. Don't move your head. What? Don't move.
You drank recently.
Man, she's trying hard.
Yeah, she's intoxicated.
So the officer just said that she's intoxicated. Now that's a legal conclusion, right? That's talking about a certain level of alcohol in your system that's impairing you. But what about public intox? And could she be charged with that because she is in a public place? You know, the school is owned by the government. According to the statutory definition of public intox in Oklahoma, if you're under the influence of alcohol and you breach the peace, you disturb the peace of another person in public, then you can be charged with public intox. I haven't studied the Oklahoma statute, but typically, like, breaching the peace in public really has to do with conflict. It has to do with either danger or threatened danger or harm. This doesn't feel like public intox to me yet, based on her demeanor, which is like calm. You know, she's actually just trying to get out of there as quickly as she can.
So what happens? So what happens then, Mr. Ogle?
Well, my recommendation to the board is going to be to terminate you because you're under the influence, or you can resign.
You won't give me like a second chance or anything?
No.
Now,
In this situation,
according to something I read,
2 or 3 times. I don't think you're personally being
her
honest.
first day at school,
What?
her first day on the job.
We think that you drank today. Not 3 a.m. We think that you've drank since you've been at school.
Well, yeah.
I believe you're being honest with us. Do you want to change that story?
No, I mean, even if I did, does that make a difference?
No, it doesn't make a difference. She's already lied. You can be fired for lying, and you can be fired for drinking. She is behind the 8 ball right now.
To work here?
I just don't believe you right now. I think you're lying to us.
Okay, I drank on the way to work.
You mean like open container in a moving vehicle? Okay. She may have just confessed to 1 or 2 crimes here. She could be guilty of an open container violation, which amazingly is illegal in Oklahoma. You'd think Oklahoma is one of those places where you can drink while you drive, but you can't. And then also, if she drank so much that she was impaired, of course, then she's got a DUI that she can catch. Even though they didn't see her driving, if she's admitting to being impaired while she did it.
Okay, I drank on the way to work.
So that's yikes.
I went to work here. I went to work here.
So tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Now let's call somebody and have them pick you up.
No, I can't call my husband.
Do you have anyone else you can call?
You have a friend that can come pick you up?
I don't know.
Well, as we all know, the definition of DUI, or the term, is driving under the influence. It can be drugs, it can be alcohol, it can be a combination of those things. And the police officer doesn't have to see you actually drive the vehicle if they could prove that you did drive one, such as, let's say, and I'm just spitballing here, you have a videotaped interview with a police officer in which you described drinking until 3 a.m., getting up and drinking some more, and then driving to work. That could catch you a DUI charge. Now, if it's your first one, not going to do any jail time, probably. But in most states, the second DUI is a mandatory jail sentence. In my state, it's 10 days. It's probably similar in yours. And it just gets worse from there. I would love to know if she's ever gotten in trouble in the past for alcohol-related offenses, because she does seem to be highly skilled at being drunk and succeeding in her life in terms of a .248, which is just hammered.
Please. I'll call somebody. I have somebody right here in town that will
Nope.
come get me.
Too late.
Please.
What's your date of birth, Kimberly?
Please, just let me. Can we?
Hey,
work
I'm
this?
not doing it. I'm not doing it. You had your chance to be honest.
Well,
and,
I did.
And then you wiped this out.
But please let me.
So I skipped forward a little bit, but what's happening is he just held up a cup and said that while he was outside of the room, she was trying to wipe out a cup that had wine residue in it. She has told them that the wine was from yesterday when there were no kids there, but she's trying to tamper with evidence. This is a big deal. It's like, Gaffigan says the cover-up's always worse than the crime, except in the case of murder. Well, this is true. tampering with evidence is a way worse crime than public intoxication.
I should charge you with tampering with evidence.
Please let me.
I mean,
No.
If
it
she-
is over.
if she was wiping that
No
out,
more.
that's
No more.
tampering.
I'm done.
Officer, please.
No.
I've never done anything
I
bad
don't-
in my whole life.
What is your date of birth?
Please, I will call somebody right
You're
now.
bringing up body camera.
Huh? I've got a friend right here in,
No.
in Perkins.
No,
Please.
you're under arrest.
Witness tampering is an interesting crime in that it is an intentional act. It's not a negligent act. It's where, with the intent to destroy or conceal evidence, you destroy or conceal evidence. Now, strangely, in Oklahoma, it's only a misdemeanor. So if there's evidence that you committed a felony, it might make sense for you to destroy the evidence because that crime's just a misdemeanor. But the fact that you destroyed the evidence is probably going to get you convicted of both of them. So as America's attorney, I'm telling you, don't destroy evidence, please.
Well, here's the deal. You're under arrest. So,
No,
hey,
officer.
we're not going to sit here and whine. That's
Oh, wine. I get it. It's a
gonna find it
drinky
illegal?
joke. Funny.
I don't think so.
famous last words.
Please don't arrest me. Please let me just call a friend to come and get me. I'll call a friend. I'll do whatever I have to, but please don't arrest me. Please.
Fella.
Please don't do this. Please.
Man, this is hard to watch. I mean, clearly she's struggling.
Don't.
Stand up. You are under arrest. I'm going to place handcuffs on the front of you, in front of you.
No. No.
Spencer, you're going to come. You might have to come in here.
I'll go back.
Maybe.
No.
No, I'm in Miss Bowles' office. Can you let them in? Mr. Ogle's going to come let you in. Yeah, out back.
So, you know, the issue here is that they wanted to let her go home and she wouldn't call anybody.
Can it just?
No, I said I'm done.
No. Just no. Can I just walk out without the handcuffs
No.
on? No. Please just let me walk out.
No, it's policy.
Wait. Can I just talk to you for a second? Please. Please don't.
Put your hands behind your back.
No. I don't want to.
You
Oh,
want to go to jail with
No.
multiple charges?
No.
Put
oh,
your hands behind your back.
Please don't do this.
oh, this
I
hurts.
just want to talk to you. Can you just talk to me?
Put your hands behind
Oh,
your back.
she is really close to resisting arrest right here.
Please talk to me.
I've tried talking to you.
Well, you're not talking to me now.
Talking's over.
Officer, please.
Quit. I'm done. I'm trying to be
Man.
nice. I'm done.
I mean, they were trying to let her go home and she just wouldn't cooperate. And then she got about razor thin close to committing a resisting arrest, because resisting arrest is committed when someone knowingly resists arrest when a person who they know to be an officer of the law is trying to arrest them. Well, obviously, we all know he's an officer, and she got really close. I mean, he said, put your hands behind your back, and she said, no. He said, quit pulling away from me, and she kept pulling away. She got really close. But what often happens, even when people do catch a resisting arrest charge, is that the underlying crime obviously is the real one. And if you don't hurt an officer, oftentimes, unless you're just way over the top, that charge is going to be something that they let go by the wayside, because it's just a little bit gray as to when you're like having a hard time with the fact that you're being arrested and when you're actually resisting. It's not a bright line. Now, why, with all these potential charges, was she only given the public intox charge? Well, let's talk about it. It's really not very easy to prove that she was under the influence while she drove, in that no one actually saw her drive. She could say, look, I was so drunk from drinking at school that I said that I had drunk when I was at home, but actually I didn't. They're going to have a really hard time proving that. Resisting arrest, as I said earlier, it's murky. She kind of resisted, kind of not really. And if you don't hurt a law enforcement officer, they don't really care about that. Tampering with evidence, she actually probably was guilty of that, except here's why she wasn't. If you've got wine in a cup and you wipe it out with a paper towel or a Kleenex or whatever she had, I'm not like a crime lab scientist, but just wiping it out doesn't make it so that there's not wine in there. Like on a chemical level, they could test it and see that there's still alcohol in there. So it could be attempted destruction of evidence, but like, come on, that's not gonna work. So the real thing is public intox, and even that to me is iffy because she has to breach the peace. And it's not clear to me that she did really meaningfully breach the peace in any way. She didn't threaten anyone, attack anyone. She's definitely drunk in public, but probably not public intox. I'm gonna say she gets not guilty when this thing goes to trial. That's what I'm putting it out there right now. Prove me wrong, Oklahoma. Look, there's obviously gonna be mixed reactions to this video. Like on the one hand, she's obviously going through the struggle of alcoholism, but on the other hand, like she knowingly put children at risk and violated the trust that she's been given by parents, by the students, by her coworkers, by the administrators. I mean, she kind of put the school administration in a very, very bad spot. And this is a bad look for them. But I'd like to know what your thoughts are on this arrest. Would you throw the book at her and charge her with all these potential charges that I've listed? Or do you think this is a smaller public intox charge sends enough of a message? Drop your pro se opinion down below in the comments, but don't scroll past the subscribe button pretending that you don't see it. You got to hit it like she hit that box of wine. Am I right? And I'll be back soon with more video. In the meantime, check these out. Bye.